Exhibit Sylvie again. Narisa Muru. The top UFO investigator released a thing. He said aliens have an agenda, and it's not a peaceful one. What the fuck is a top UFO investigator? Like the #1 karma farmer on Reddit for the subreddit? Like, what is that? How can I find that? List of UFOologists. You... Don't tell me you're reading Mirror. Top UFO investigator says aliens have an agenda and it's not a peaceful one. Malcolm... Here, I'll pull it down. Malcolm Robinson, a leading UFO expert, has investigated dozens of sightings over an impressive 45-year career and says aliens don't come in peace and have an agenda. I wonder what the agenda is. They come down here just to read our dank memes, shitpost on Twitter. The UFO enigma is real, very real. It's been with us throughout time. We see this in Renaissance paintings and old cave paintings. These strange shapes and entities. Alright, alright. I wouldn't say they're peaceful due to the thousands of UFO abductions worldwide. I woke up and my ass is sore. Damn you, aliens! Not again! Thanks for the... Oh, I already said that. I've been a big fan of aliens shit, UFO investigative shit for a long time. I have never once read, watched, or listened to a compelling abduction story that made me be like, this man actually fucking, he got abducted. At no point did I ever once even remotely come close to believing any of the abduction stories. Thanks to the resub, gamer. The next line is what kills me. Robinson became immersed in the world of UFOs at the age of 20 when he tried to prove all sightings were nonsense and failed. What an origin story. Thanks to resub, phallic and draws. Have you seen that documentary about a guy with 9 alien kids? What is that? What are we talking? What? No, I can't say I've seen that. What the fuck does that... He has 9 kids with extraterrestrials? This man's spreading the humanity seed throughout the cosmos? Man played too much Mass Effect. I guess so, Jesus Christ. Half the Citadel belongs to his DNA. There were 30 plus kids who saw aliens at their school and drew them. If there is one group that I trust more than anyone, it's kids. They're notorious for not having an imagination and not just going with what everyone else is doing. That's what I would hinge my alien evidence on, is children's drawings. They did get a photo from someone outside of the school. What, giving a thumbs up with one of the gray aliens? Straight out of XCOM? Here, why don't I look this up? Is it 1994, the Ariel School UFO incident? the one. I'm going to assume this is it, because this also has drawings. Close-up of the alleged landing site. Being in all black, possibly showing medium-long black hair. Were the aliens just clones of me or something? What do you mean? The aliens have normal human hair? Well, there's no hair here. One of them was bald, I guess. Maybe he got made fun of on the ship. So why is this being taken as, like, legitimate evidence? As opposed to just someone giving the class a creative prompt of draw aliens? Draw a UFO? Watch a video on it? Sure.
One of the most common reasons that alleged encounters with unidentified flying objects are often dismissed is that they usually involve only one or two witnesses. But how has society
not even the main... The main reason is because the idea of it is just so incomprehensible. Not only would the beings have to have somehow discovered faster-than-light travel to make it here, it would have somehow had to elude everyone else's gaze and have only a couple people, in this case 62 school children, see them. Like, the amount of crazy coincidence that must all occur for only a small group to see that is very unlikely. I'm ready to... There is nobody on the planet that wants alien encounters to be real more than me. If this has compelling evidence, I would be elated. I would love that. I want to believe. But it is so unbelievably unlikely, and all of the evidence is so shit, that it's impossible, in good conscience, to believe that there are aliens that visit us periodically. The circumstances for such a thing to be true are very, 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 very low possibility.
2 days, the headlines had been saturated by reports of UFOs hovering in the skies above Zimbabwe.
I immediately just don't believe this. So for multiple days, there have been headlines of UFOs hovering over the skies of Zimbabwe. And the only evidence we have is some children's drawings. Surely that would be major fucking news. And also, why would the aliens just be hovering over Zimbabwe? What are they doing there? They're just hovering there, doing nothing. Standing there menacingly like the hash-slinging slasher. What would be the purpose? Why would they have come there? Let's go down this for a minute. So the aliens came here to warn us about the future. And the optimal way of warning us was to go to a small school in Zimbabwe and tell a group of children. That was the best way of delivering this warning of the future? He's a tier 1 cat. They were talking about COVID. Imagine this is all very true. The aliens actually did just fucking boot, scoot, and boogie all the way down to Earth just to land here and be like, hey, there's this little thing called COVID. I'm letting you know it's right around the corner. No good. No good. All right. Good luck with that. We're out. We've done our job. Message delivered. And how long did this go on for? And they didn't say, like, hey, principal, there's some flying balls up in the sky here. Hey, we're getting a little scared here. There's some fucking aerial phenomenon right in front of us. Like, kids are tattletales. If anything's even somewhat out of order, they're going right to, like, a teacher or something. Like, this isn't something they're just gonna, like, not say anything on. To be fair, I would just watch. I mean, maybe as an adult I'd just watch too, but as a kid, like at the first sign of anything, kids immediately just start like making noise. This is Groupthink Manifest. Well, I can tell you one thing. I don't think they were visited by aliens warning us about the future. Let's play with that for just a moment. Going back to that. Not only were they intergalactic travelers, they're fucking time travelers, warning us about our future. That's another crazy technological leap. And if they're that smart, that advanced, why would they tell a group of children at a small school? And also, why would they ever even make direct contact with people? They could just transmit the message. Because you won't believe. The reason they only told a group of children is because everyone believes children. Now I see. Of course.
When you looked at those children, they were absolutely credible.
Tim? Children believe in Santa. A kid will look you in the face and paint a perfect picture of Santa. But Santa's not real, Tim. If you tell a kid anything, they will manifest an entire reality in their own mind about it, and they will speak to you earnestly from the heart about something that is just not actually real, Tim. Aliens are real. Hey, I definitely think there's aliens out there, but you know where they've never been? Earth. Why the fuck would they? If they're so advanced, why would they ever show themselves to us? And if they did show themselves to us, there would have been a reason behind it. And it wouldn't be to do surveillance, because if they're so advanced they could come here, they would have absolutely done the surveillance without ever making contact with us. The same fucking thing that we would do. You're so sure of that, huh? 100% sure. You have been very vocal about this, Toppin. Where is your compelling evidence that aliens have visited us that aren't children's drawings and children's stories? I want to believe. I want you to convince me, Toppin. There's millions of cases. So what you've just shown to me is you believe what everyone says. You don't believe anyone's making things up. You don't believe in people having, for example, a sleep terror, which a lot of it boils down to sleep paralysis, where they have these very real feelings at night, where they're half asleep, half dreaming, and a lot of it gets chalked up to sleep paralysis. So you don't believe in any of that. You don't believe in mass hysteria, I would imagine then. You don't believe in manifested group thinking, where if someone believes they saw something, other people mysteriously start to have memories or visions of the same thing. You just take everything at face value, and no one's ever lying. I would love real evidence of aliens. Again, I would love it. Why would kids lie about that, then give similar interviews without talking to one another? Who says they're not talking to one another? They're all in the same class and they were all outside together. And they're all talking. What do you mean? And why would they give similar interviews? If I went to a school right now and said, hey, tell me about Santa Claus, they're all going to say something very similar. And this is 1994. There would have been some kind of video evidence, a picture, something that could have existed. This wasn't like the olden days. There was technology. Kids make up shit all the time. I used to tell lies for everything as a kid. I once convinced my entire fucking, what was it, like second or third grade class that Dragon Ball Z was a continuation of Dragon Ball after a nuclear bomb went off and only a select few people survived. And I had made that shit up entirely. I had never even really watched Dragon Ball. Kids lie about shit all the fucking time. That is like the least credible source I could have ever imagined. That is terrible fucking evidence. The military and BBC came to the school. Why would the military come that day? Maybe to investigate, just to check. There's plenty of reasons. You want to know real UFO shit? Because the government has released real UFO evidence. That's compelling. That's interesting. Oh, here's an unidentified flying phenomenon that doesn't have an explanation. Interesting. You know what's not compelling? Hey, these kids drew some aliens with their crayons. Thanks, Risa Picarelli. It seems like you believe because you want to believe. And there's nothing wrong with that. You're just Illuminati. Oh, rough. We've entered that stage. Yikes. Thanks, the resub set to. I pray one day we actually do have legitimate alien encounter. God, that'd be so fucking cool. What if they kill us all? Well, that's one of the most likely things they'd do. I don't remember who I read it from. But like if the aliens ever did visit us, there'd be they'd view us as nothing more than like livestock, I would imagine. They wouldn't really care about us, it'd be more about like the planet's resources, because why the fuck would they care about us? They're so far beyond us. We'd just be like this speck on the evolutionary chain. To visit us, they'd have to have legitimately faster than light travel. They would be so far beyond our comprehension. Was it Stephen Hawking that said that if there is extraterrestrial life out there, it most likely would look like insects or reptiles? It wouldn't be anything remotely humanoid. I think that was Stephen Hawking that talked about that. Oh, I remember the Drake equation. I watched something on that. Okay, dude, you kind of need to see it yourself to believe, or maybe you still won't believe if you see it. See what? A fucking alien? That'd be a hard thing to just write off. Oh yeah, that was that green guy that was floating and telepathically communicating with me, which I think was one of the claims in the Wikipedia of this, of one of these. That'd be a hard thing to be like, yep, nope, that was fake. But absolutely, if I see like a light in the sky, my first thought isn't, holy shit, they're here! Which seems to be a very common reaction right now. For example, the Las Vegas one that just happened. Where is it? It's just people wanting to believe in things, which again, it's fine. But stop presenting it as real evidence. Where's the Las Vegas one? I pulled it up on stream. It was literally a reflection from two of the buildings in the sky. It was provably a reflection. You can go like at any time of the day when the clouds are there over those buildings and you see the same reflection. Never seen a UFO? No, and you haven't either. Thanks for resub Frankenstein and Fart and Rice. The Great Filter Theory. That one is very interesting. I don't know how I fully feel on the Great Filter Theory, though. Thanks for resub Jacko. But Charlie, if they came and told you you saw a UFO and we told you to fuck off, then how would you feel? If the aliens came and told me that I saw a UFO, I'd be more impressed that I'm talking to aliens. And I'd be like, hey, do you mind if I get a picture? And if they tell me no flash photography, I'd be like, oh, okay. Well, no one will ever believe this. And that's just the way it'll be. Then it's like, okay, well, now I know they're out there. Can't prove it, but I've seen them now. There'd be no way to... like, how do I prove to you that I'm friends with a guy named Kevin? Like, I can't pull him in here right now. And that's okay. But that's far more believable that I have a friend named Kevin than I've been fucking abducted by aliens who would have had to somehow crack faster than light travel or wormhole traveling and navigate to this planet for some reason to probe my butthole. Like, that is such an incredible leap. Why? There's plenty of reasons why I'd be friends with a guy named Kevin. Why the fuck would aliens come to Earth? And better yet, why would they go to the most remote areas to communicate with people? And why do some of the people, a lot of the people, all look like they are the kind of people that would appear in UFO documentaries? To abduct and experiment on. Again, if they are here, they are so far above giving a fuck about experimenting on such a lesser life form, they wouldn't bother. And if they're here, they probably already have a way of analyzing us that don't involve probing our fucking buttholes. I don't think people realize just how far above human comprehension faster than light travel is. And right now that would be their only means of getting here. Or I guess a wormhole, which is on the same level, I would say. Things are a bit swavy and Sylvie. Oh, that's what if James Corden is an alien? That would be... I'd be more inclined to believe in reptilians among us than aliens. You say that, but we could just be a breakthrough or two away from it. We really don't know how close or far we are from the unknown tech like that. When it comes to faster than light travel, it basically doesn't exist. It's not like a breakthrough or two away. With our current understanding, it literally doesn't fucking exist. It's not just like, oh, well, it turns out if you combine hydrogen with carbon, you get a big trajectory that's faster than light. Like, we can't even prove that it is a possible thing. Easy resub, sweetie. Oh, you're talking about wormholes. Wormholes is more feasible than faster than light. And that's nuts. Don't black holes break time or something like that? So maybe they use it. I don't know, I'm just spitting shit. They use a black hole to do what? Black holes are crazy, by the way. Yes, everything is fucked in a black hole, including time. Not even time can escape. That would be the worst form of travel if you're using a black hole. It means you go in, you get spaghettified, and you just fucking insta-die. It is literally the absence of things being able to escape. So you would just be trapped in the black hole. It'd be the opposite of travel. It'd be as far from travel as you can get. Thanks, resub Buzz. Oh yeah, I saw that. That one is just a really sad situation, Sylvie. How do you know you've never been in one before? True! That is true. In fact, no one or nothing that we've ever sent into a black hole has made it. So we don't know. Maybe you go into a black hole and you actually like travel through it like, you know, like a fucking dishwasher. You just go around in a cycle and you get spit out into a dimension of big-titted anime alien girls. Fucking babes as far as the eye can see. You're very misinformed about aliens. Inform me. I am begging. I want to be a believer that aliens have visited this planet and continue to visit this planet in secret, only showing themselves in trailer parks and small schools for some reason. I want to. What don't you understand about that? I'm just facing the reality of it. Oh, wow. Jesus, you're having a full meltdown. Anal probing isn't even a real thing, you moron. You get all your UFO info from fucking movies and TV. You get all of your UFO info from fucking TV, too! What do you mean? All of your sightings are on TV. What are you fucking talking about? And then you said reptilians are part of the aliens. And faster than light is an outdated theory. Warp drives are proven. You're misinformed. What are you... What? Are you having an episode of Psychosis? Tom DeLonge knows all. Oh, he actually has a very interesting story. They actually used some of his research for something at NASA recently. Jack Sarfati talks about the technology behind warp drives. Who mentioned fucking warp drives? I don't know why you're harping on that subject. That word had not left my mouth until I read your comment history of your 86 message meltdown. Who is Jack Sarfati, though? I don't know that name. Is a theoretical physicist. His publications revolve around quantum physics and consciousness. You need to do the research. I'm not talking about fucking warp drives! Why do I need to do research on warp drives? That goddamn name didn't leave my mouth. He brought it up. What the fuck? What is wrong with you? But warp drives are an important part of alien lore. Maybe, but I wasn't talking about fucking warp drives. Jesus Christ. You asked for answers. On what? Warp drive? When did I ask for answers on warp drive? I want alien evidence. What the fuck are you talking about? Who am I talking? That is evidence? So, let's assume every alien has their own warp drive motorcycle. Why are they visiting trailer parks and fucking small schools to warn us about the future, then only telling children? That isn't an answer. You weirdo. That still doesn't make any fucking sense. That chatter didn't read jack shit. It's theoretical physicist, meaning it hasn't been put into effect and there's no way to test any theories. I don't care about warp drives if they're real or not. God damn it. Jesus fucking Christ. They're not real, by the way. The bit guy was right. It is just a theory of how warp drive may somewhat be almost a feasible idea. The Travis Walton McMinneyville UFO photographs. Roswell, Phoenix Light. Oh, you didn't just use Roswell. My dad's super into that one. That one has been debunked 1,000 fucking times. I don't know the Minnieville one. And the Phoenix Light I also know got blasted. Though I don't remember what the debunking was on that. The WoW signal. That's a fun one. We actually went over that one on stream. That one has an entire page dedicated to how it was not real. But I used to really like that one, and I actually learned it wasn't anything interesting from stream, because I brought it up one time talking about aliens, and chat was like, yeah, you know that actually got completely debunked, completely. So we looked it up. Here. It's even in its own Wikipedia. If you just go on its Wikipedia, it has an entire thing breaking down what the WoW signal actually was. But I used to think that, I still do think this one was pretty cool. Why is it called WoW? Because on the paper, the guy wrote WoW with an exclamation point, so they called it the WoW signal.